was a Friday evening. I just got home from being away all day, and Steffi had a headache, so I'd given her some children's Tylenol, and she said her headache was still bad enough that she was crying. I told her to go and lay down in her bed a little bit, and as soon as she walked back to her room, she dramatically said, "I'm blind," and she started passing out. She started going down. So I scooped her up, took her into her bedroom and laid her down on her bed, and immediately she was gargling. So we were on the phone with 911, and we didn't really have time to wait for an ambulance. The first hospital we went to was Bedford Memorial. After we got the diagnosis from Bedford, she had to get to Children's immediately, and due to the fog that night and the snow, no helicopters. They said she wouldn't survive the ambulance ride from Bedford to Pittsburgh. They had to find a closer place for her to go to, and Altoona is the only place, basically. The neurologist was uncomfortable with doing Steffi's surgery because she's pediatric, and he had only worked on adults. The anesthesiologist that was on duty stepped in and said that he was pediatric trained. So right away they decided to take her to Altoona for emergency surgery.
We were notified by UPMC Bedford that Steffi had a brain bleed, and unfortunately prognosis would be poor unless she was transferred to UPMC Altoona. Upon speaking with Dr. Bonarati, we assured him that we were comfortable doing pediatric cases and we could provide a safe anesthetic as well. My role as a CRNA was to provide a safe, stable environment for the surgeon to proceed with the case. We were able to fix Steffi's aneurysm and successfully transfer her to UPMC Children's for further care.
We're not fully in the clear yet, but without the emergency surgery in Altoona, Steffi wouldn't be here with us.
We're at UPMC Harrisburg, Central PA, and we have come up with some creative ways to help our staff with their morale. The pandemic has made things a little bit difficult for a lot of us. We wanted to be really creative, and we have brought some baby kangaroos. This is Pearl. She's about 7 months old, and she came to say hi to everybody today.
It's been such a delight to see the faces of the nurses and all of the staff. Excitement and total surprise that we really did bring baby kangaroos here this evening.
It means that they're always thinking about us. That, the work that, everybody here doesn't go unnoticed. We appreciate being able to take some time off our shift, a short couple minutes to do something like this. So it goes a long way.
Most people think that a living donor transplant has to be from a relative. And so those are the people who usually step forward the soonest because that's your loved ones. They want to save your life. And so they come in for an evaluation for us to see if they're a match. And many times the blood types are not compatible between the recipient and the potential donor.
I've had liver cancer for about 2 years. I had 3 cancers develop in different quadrants of my liver. My daughter, Laura, who I'm very grateful to, she found out that UPMC did what they call ABO transfers. So she's type A and I'm type O, and they were able to actually possibly transfer part of her liver to me to save my life. But then an altruistic donor became available, type O, which is Dorian, and that was a better match for me. So they called and offered me that liver, and my daughter gave her type A liver to someone with type A that was a better match for her.
Yeah, immediately after we got here, it was just a sense of hope that we hadn't really had before. They gave us options, and basically it's like we're gonna get this done one way or another. It's just either we find a paired exchange or we do the ABO incompatible.
So UPMC called and asked if I was willing to still move forward, and that's when I learned new terminology, altruistic donor, and the meaning of it. And I said, absolutely, it's on my heart. And if it's not meant to be, there would be some point I would be disqualified through the testing.
Just to know that a person that didn't know me was like, sure, I'll do it. It meant the world to me, and it meant the world to my son.
You'd be amazed at how often that happens, and many times it's from social media, where people see that somebody needs a liver and they say, hey, I think I could donate. And it restores our faith in humanity when we can see people step forward like that.